Ottawa is monitoring the situation closely, with the Prime Minister issuing a statement that read in part, "We are deeply concerned with the missile attacks launched by Iran. The Canadian Armed Forces has been able to confirm that all personnel deployed in Iraq are safe." And for more on the escalating tensions in the Middle East and what it means for Canada, we're joined by Global's Abigail Bimman in Ottawa. Now, Abigail, we have heard that Canadian troops are safe, but what does this mean for escalation or possible escalation for Canada's missions overseas?
Well, that's right. Canadians are serving in 2 missions in Iraq, NATO mission Iraq, as well as Operation Impact. And we heard from the Chief of the Defense Staff, Jonathan Vance, yesterday before the missile attacks that they were temporarily pausing their efforts for Canadians in Iraq serving in those missions. And we know that dozens of Canadians have been flown out of Iraq into neighboring Kuwait in the last couple of days. But important to note that some members of the Canadian Special Operations Forces are staying in Iraq, in the northern part of the country, largely monitoring the situation and dealing in intelligence at this point. But important to stress, as you said, that all Canadians are safe in the messages that we got from Chief of the Defence Staff, Jonathan Vance, as well as the Prime Minister late overnight.
And I know this is a difficult question, but obviously we're waiting for word from President Trump in terms of the United States' next move, but these attacks are stoking fears of war. If there is a conflict, do we have any indication where Canada could possibly stand? Has the Prime Minister said anything on that?
Well, as part of the statement that you referenced earlier, we know that the Prime Minister was meeting with the Incident Response Group last night, which includes high-level officials, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Defense, as well as the National Security Advisor. And consistent with all the messaging that we've heard from the government over the last few days, the message is that they are in close contact with international partners, with our allies. And you can look for some clues based on, who the Prime Minister has been speaking to over the last couple of days. We know that he has spoken with the Chancellor of Germany. We know that he's spoken with the President of the European Union, as well as the head of NATO and the King of Jordan. So you can look to see who Prime Minister Trudeau is speaking with as we watch the situation unfold.
And we certainly will continue to watch it unfold. Abigail Bimman joining us from our Ottawa Bureau. Thanks, Abigail.